Hey there folks, and welcome back. I'm Chris from iLeather.com, and today we're going to do a head shaving video with Gillette Guard, which you see here. Actually, two people sent me these to try, David Fernicola, the inspector, and David Munoz. So thank you folks for this. I've used it before and it does a good job. And one of the things I'm also going to try this morning is to use this Mersol emulsion, or emulsion, however you say that, pre-shave, but I'm going to try to confine it to one side of my head to see if there's any discernible difference. For me, pre-shaves are a tough thing because I don't notice really a tremendous amount of difference. So today what I'm going to try to do here is just use it on one side of my head here and see if I feel, you know, any appreciable difference. On the face, I normally don't, I'll be honest with you. However, some people do, so you know, this is likely an individual thing. Some people really love it, some people don't, so we'll find out here in a few minutes if I can detect any real difference in how the shave goes with the pre-shave on one side and not the other. Let me go ahead and wet the dome. We'll come right back. Stay tuned. All right, so let's see how we do today, and I'm just going to start with the front of my head today, and then we'll move to the back. I have some leftover Panacrema Pure Oxygen soap, the DFS form soap that I'm going to use here, and we'll just get this top part of my head and then we'll see how it goes. This is a good quality soap. I really enjoyed shaving my face with it. I tell you folks, and you certainly heard me mention this if you've been following the head shaving videos so far, the carts have done a much more efficient job for me. Does it mean they're better for head shaving? No, not necessarily. It just means that they're working better for me. But admittedly, I don't have a ton of experience shaving my head. I'm only 2 weeks in, so you know, you have to take that into consideration. The one thing that I like about them is they tend not to nick your, you know, the little bumps and imperfections in your head the way the DEs are capable of doing and do, or have done for me, I should say. So far, this feels very nice. I think one of the things that this head shaving has taught me is, you know, as much as we crack on carts, they work really effectively as tools, or have for shaving my head. I assume they would probably do an okay job shaving your face as well if you used a soap and a brush, you know, just good quality products and took your time and used traditional method, which is, you know, your 3 passes and all the rest. Trying to see if maybe that is a little bit slicker. I can't really tell if it's, you know, night and day, but on this side, maybe just a little. It certainly hasn't hurt. Gotta watch the ear there. That I can tell you. I think there is a little bit more slickness in that. On the side I used the pre-shave on, so maybe there is something to it. Now, how long it stays? Does it stay there throughout the passes? I doubt it. Let's get a little more moisture on the back of the head here. And we'll lather up. I doubt it stays beyond the first pass. It may, but certainly it's not going to stay, you know, a long time back there. Boy, the sun is coming up. Yesterday we had a beautiful day. It wasn't, the temperature wasn't, I need to pick up some more lather there. The temperature wasn't really warm early on, but if you were in the sun, it felt great. It was only like, you know, right below 70, but in the sunshine it felt like 75, so it was really nice. And I got outside and enjoyed some time in the yard with the wife, you know, working on stuff, and mowed the grass and things like that. So, and today we're going to have another beautiful day, so I'm really looking forward to getting out there and doing some more yard work and so forth. All right, so now we'll focus on the back here a little bit. So far, I would say the Gillette Guard does a pretty doggone good job. I don't know if it's quite as efficient as the head blade, but the head blade has like, you know, I think the one I'm using has like 4 blades, so I know people are down on multi-blade, but I must say the head blade works pretty doggone good, so, you know, there's that. Now this one right here, I can tell you there's a difference I noticed. If you use it for a full head shave, it's not going to last very long, whereas the head blades last a good while. I've gotten, I think, 5 shaves out of them. I don't think you can get 5 shaves out of this guy. You might be able to get 2, maybe 3 if you're pushing it, but no way are you going to get 5, I don't believe. All right, that feels pretty good. Not bad at all. Still a lot of stubble back there. You can probably hear that. It's really easier on the back to sort of feel around. But I will say, this cart does a pretty doggone good job, and I think it's fairly inexpensive. Italian Barber stocks it, I think, although I don't know if they have any in stock right now. All right, so that was pretty good. I think I did notice just a wee bit more slickness in this side where I used the pre-shave, so there is that. Let me wet the dome here, re-wet it, and we'll get going past 2. Stay tuned. All right, here we go. The sun is starting to peek in, so we'll try to beat the sun in so it won't be too distracting for you. This Panacrema soap does a great job, by the way. This time I'm just going to shave the entire dome rather than just lathering a part of it. This is a fine soap, I must say. It is the Panacrema Pure Oxygen. It is the soap of, or one of the soaps of DFS, Damn Fine Shave. So it is sold, I believe, at Connaught Shaving. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but you know, that shouldn't be a surprise. Me missing on how you pronounce something. Yeah, this guard does a good job, I have to say. Not bad at all. One of the things I noticed when you're using lather like this, which is a little bit thicker, you do have to rinse the razor more often than if you're using something like Head Slick or Cremo or something like that. And those things, I gotta admit, I was skeptical, but they do a good job. I was pleasantly surprised, you know. One of the things I've been touching on as I've taken on this head shaving venture is it's not so much about the thickness and voluptuous, fluffy lather that you see. It's got to have some moisture in it and be slick on your head. Now on my face, I can get away with just about anything, but the head requires some additional slickness. The skin is very thin, and it requires something really slick to go over it and get close without causing problems. Let's wipe that away. This is a nice soap. However, I must say it is not bad at all. It's got a little spot there I can feel. I tell you, this Gillette guard does a good job. Not bad at all. I've had a really nice shave with it, and it has performed quite nicely. It does have some pivoting in there. It's not a spring pivot where it's, you know, it holds pressure. It just sort of, you know, moves to wherever you need it to go and sort of stays there. It's not quite as nice as the pivot on the head blade, but it does a good job for what it is. And let's go back a little there. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Okay. We'll finish up here and rinse the dome, and we'll come back and do the post. Stay tuned. And then comes the magic made by Witch's Thayers Witch Hazel, which is a daily part of our routine, both on the dome and on the face. And that is slick. Really close shave. Before we get to our aftershave, I'll just touch on the gear. By the way, that's the soap that I used was, boy, it's hard to see because the sun is coming in now. This is Panacrema Pure H2O, the DFS, one of their soaps. Really, really nice. We use the Gillette guard. And what I would say about the Gillette guard is this. It's not quite as efficient to do a head shave quickly as this guy is. This guy will do it quicker if you're in a rush, but we ended up in the same place. So both of these guys do a great job. It just takes a little more effort with this one. So, you know, if you're in a hurry, something like this would probably do great. But this one actually got me to the same place in terms of the overall quality of the shave. Just took a little more effort, but overall it was really nice. By the way, we used the RazoRock Big Bruce. There's that. And we're going to go with RazoRock Don Donato aftershave, which is clean and fresh. And then I'll throw on a little head lube to make sure we're get some moisturizing going. Spending all this time in the sun these last few days, it certainly won't hurt to have a little extra moisturizing going there. Oh, wonderful, clean, fresh scent there. Absolutely superb. And let's just slap on a little head lube. Normally I'd let that dry a little longer, but in the interest of shortening this video and making sure we beat the sun from shining a big spot on the video here, we'll use a little head lube. And this does pretty well. And what I like to do is just tap it on a few spots around my head, and then just rub it in, and it does a nice job, or at least has so far. Head will feel great afterwards. We've got a wonderful head shave, and we are ready to get our day started. Thanks everyone for joining me once again for this head shave. Until next shave video, I thank you for joining us and remind you, let's help make the entire world shave great once again.